Hey everyone, it's Darby from Blue Television Games. I'm excited today because I'm doing my first ever Q&A video. Now there's a small chance that maybe I did this before and I don't remember, but I've made about 2,000 videos and I'm pretty sure we haven't done this. So today's questions come from the Blue Television Games Discord. There's a link in the description below if you want to join that. It's a place you can talk to me and a bunch of other really cool people. You can also leave your questions in the comments below of this video for the next one. Alright, now I also want to do a quick shout out to my good friend Lair from Lair Gaming. He's going to be reading off the questions in this video today. Let's get started.
Turtles Gaming asks, have you ever rage quit on a Mario level?
Alright, good question. Yes, I've quit from getting angry at a Mario Maker level before. I try to stay positive, and I don't really like getting mad when I play video games because that's a time where you should be having fun. But I've definitely got frustrated with a level before and turned off my Wii U and moved on to something else out of frustration.
Corey asks, what is your favorite game that has never been on a Nintendo system?
Alright, so since I don't have 4 or 5 days to think about this question, Corey, I've got to say, I'm just going to pick a game that I know is not on Nintendo. And the first one, oddly, that pops in my head is Parappa the Rappa. Now, if you don't know what Parappa the Rappa is, it's this really awesome rhythm-based music game where you play as this dog that has to out-rap its opponents in order to proceed through the story and finish the game. It's on PlayStation 1, it's on PlayStation 4, and I think it's on PSP as well. If you've never played Parappa the Rappa, you're definitely going to want to check it out.
DEM asks, what is your favorite official Mario game and why?
Alright, Dem, this is an easy one to answer. Super Mario Bros. 3 is easily my favorite Super Mario game of all time. There's something just about the short levels, the way the game looks, the music, everything about it. I love that it's a decent challenge, but it's not overly frustrating. I just think it's really well made, really well put together, and it's timeless. It doesn't seem to ever age poorly. I love Super Mario Bros. 3. Let me know in the comments also, what's your favorite Super Mario game? I'm curious what you guys think.
Roria asks, where did the name Blue Television Games come from?
Alright, Roria, so Blue Television Games initially was going to be a channel that only covered retro games. I had no idea that I would cover Mario Maker and start getting a decent amount of subs from it. So initially, I knew I wanted my logo to be an old school television. I was thinking something television game, something that kind of hinted at the fact it was retro. And then I just picked one of my 2 favorite colors, which are blue and orange, and we ended up with Blue Television Games. Kind of makes you wonder though, if I would have picked orange, would everything have been different?
The Fishes ask, was there any specific game or maybe a moment in gaming that you remember prompting your love for video games or video game collecting?
When I was a young kid, very, very young, I went to the dentist office and they had a Nintendo Entertainment System set up and they had Super Mario Bros. 1 in the console and you could just play that one game. And while I was waiting to be seen by the dentist, I just sat there and played it over and over again. I don't think I could even beat the first level. I was so bad at it, but I was instantly hooked then. I knew that I wanted to spend every second of my free time playing video games from that moment on. That moment definitely hooked me. As far as collecting goes, I got back into that a few years ago, and as you can kind of see behind me, and maybe I can get some footage of some of my shelves here, I have a huge collection of games. It's one of those things where you start just grabbing a few of your old favorites. The next thing you know, you've got 2,000 video games sitting behind you that you could never possibly play. It's kind of ridiculous and a lot of fun.
Dutch FR1908 asks, is there a Mario ROM hack or fan game that you would have liked to be released officially on a Nintendo console?
Okay, so my answer to this, the first ROM hack I played that I really, really loved so much that I actually did buy a physical copy, Super Mario Bros. 3 Mix. It adds a ton of new features to Super Mario Bros. 3, enough so to where it feels like a sequel to the first game. If you've never seen or played Super Mario Bros. 3 Mix, I definitely recommend you check that out.
I Can Buy Super Turrican 2 Yay asks, are you hoping to make a full NES Maker game to release on a real cartridge?
Alright, so NES Maker, I did play around with the beta of it, and I did make a short game called Mr. Boot. If you never got the chance to play it, it's a lot like a Super Mario Bros. 3 ripoff game, basically, but you play as a Boot, and you collect, I think, pizza or something, and there's even like question mark blocks, basically. I had a lot of fun with that. Now, lately, I just haven't had time to really make a game with it. It takes hours to make a game in Nestmaker, just a lot of creating to do. But eventually, one day, I do want to devote some time, make a full-fledged game, maybe a Super Mr. Boot even, and get that on a cart and release it. Heck yeah, that would be amazing.
Willie Maker asks, what do you like more, creating levels and mods or playing them?
Alright, so making mods is a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work, and that goes back to me not having much time lately. So I much prefer playing mods by other people now. A lot of people have gotten really, really talented at it, and it would just take me too long to even make something comparable to the stuff they're doing now. So I would rather just play an awesome mod than create one at this point.
Funnier04 asks, what is the most important thing to you about YouTube?
Alright, so this is an easy one. Definitely the thing I love most about YouTube now is you guys, the community. The BTG community has gotten quite large now. There's so much positivity. I don't see a lot of negativity as far as mean comments to me or other people in the comments or over on the Discord. Just a great bunch of people watching the videos and becoming part of the channel. So thank you guys so much. It's really awesome. You guys are what makes this so cool and so much fun.
Stinky Pikmin asks, have you played any Pikmin games and do you have a favorite?
I haven't really played many Pikmin games. The only one I played was one on the 3DS. I can't remember the title. Nintendo sent me a copy of that game to try out, and I did really enjoy it. And I think I do have a couple other Pikmin games that I've just never played, but they're somewhere behind me in this wall of games. So I look forward to trying out more, and I like the little I've played.
James Hagar asks, what's the hardest part of recording videos states apart from Lair? Hey, that's me.
The hardest part is pretty much everything about it, but we have actually gotten pretty decent at it. I have to set up 2 microphones, one to record my audio separate, one so that Lair can hear me when we're playing the games, and the setup just gets insane. I just got crap everywhere, and then we gotta use a program called Parsec to play together, and if our connections aren't good, then we'll lag, and it almost makes it impossible for whoever player 2 is. Luckily, we've fixed a lot of these issues, and it's a little bit smoother now. I know both of our setups get pretty complicated when we're the one recording the footage. I would say pretty much everything about it's kind of complicated.
Nightmare asks, who is your favorite / the coolest video game character of all time?
Nightmare. My favorite character of all time, I hate to be super obvious, but I gotta go with Super Mario. You know, I don't know if you can make a more iconic character than that at this point. I think if you asked everyone in the world name the most popular video game character of all time, that most people would probably say Mario. And I would just have to agree on the fact that I don't remember what the question was now. Oh, it was what is my favorite or coolest video game character of all time? I'm just gonna go with Mario. I don't know. Seems obvious, but who am I supposed to say?
Zero Studios asks, do you have any physical copies of bootleg games or ROM hacks?
Zero Studios, that's a great question because I have lots of copies of ROM hack games and some bootlegs too. How about we listen to a little music and I show some of them off now?
Dabbering. Dada-bearing. Dadabbering. I really don't know how to say this one.
So funny.
Dada-bearing asks, who is your least favorite Mario character? Just use one of those, I don't care.
All right, so for this question, I'm gonna have to go with the nipper plants, the little white plants that look kind of like munchers. The ones that spit out fire. Those things drive me crazy. I don't know what the fire version's called. Maybe they're called fire nipper pants? Or plants. Maybe they're called pants for some reason. I don't know.
Oxy asks, what is your least favorite kind of Mario Maker level?
All right, so I'm gonna go with probably puzzle levels when live streaming. And the reason why is I feel like they can get a little boring. I'm talking about complex puzzle levels. But off stream, I can enjoy puzzle levels because I can sit there and enjoy them at my own pace and not have to try to entertain the whole time.
Dutch FR1908 asks, is there any video you recorded that you wish you could redo now?
All right, so that's a great question. There's probably quite a few I wish I could redo now, only because either technical issues, maybe bad quality video or audio. One comes to mind would be Super Mario Portal. Played that game, someone recommended it to me, and they typed it in a comment as M-A-R-I-O, but the O, they made it a 0 because it kind of looks like a portal, and they even do it on the website. But I didn't do any research on this title, so I just got the game, downloaded, and played it, and I was calling it Mari Zero, because I thought that's what it was called. I don't know why. And it dawned on me after I had released it that the 0 is just to look like a portal, and it's probably Mario Portals what the game's called. But anyways, that is my most watched video on YouTube. It's got like almost 2.5 million views, and I say Mari Zero in it, which is completely wrong. I'd love to go fix that if I could. Sadly, it's up there, and I don't want to take it down because it's, you know, the most watched video. I just have to look like an idiot to everyone.
Joshy TM123 asks, what's better, the NES or the SNES?
Great question, and most people will not agree with me on this. My favorite is the NES. I think if you would have asked me back when the Super Nintendo came out and I had just gotten mine, I would have said, wow, this is so much better than the old Nintendo. The Super Nintendo is my favorite. But as I've gotten older, you know, nostalgia kicks in, and for some reason I remember the original games for the regular Nintendo more than the Super Nintendo. So now I definitely always say my favorite console of all is the Nintendo Entertainment System, but that's not knocking the Super Nintendo. It's definitely one of the best systems ever. I lean towards the old school regular NES because that's my personal favorite and the most nostalgic for me. The games are just so fun. I love it.
Tree asks, if you had a chance to redo your very first video, would you?
All right, so the first video I ever made was a game called Commando, and it's a game I used to be really good at. I could always get through. It's one of the games where when you beat it, it just starts over. But for some reason, I did really bad at it, and I died. I just put that up as a video. I didn't think to like try again or edit it to where I'm back where I died and I'm taking a second shot at it. I just flat out put up me sucking at a game that I talk about how good I am at the beginning of it. And on top of that, I was super nervous, so I kind of talked like this. Hey everyone, it's Darby from Blue Television Games, and I'm playing Commando for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I'm really good at this game, and I think we'll be able to beat it today. So I was just so scared to talk like myself because I knew how cruel the internet could be, and I was just afraid that I would sound stupid and people would make fun of me, and in doing so, I talked kind of stupid, and surprisingly, no one really made fun of it. But yeah, I wish I could go back and redo the first video, but it's kind of awesome to leave it as is, because then I get to see how much I've improved since then, so.
Xran asks, could I be first in the Q&A?
That's a great question. No. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up my first ever Q&A video. Definitely let me know if you want to see some more of these videos in the comments below, as well as feel free to ask questions there or join the BTG Discord and submit your questions there as well. Huge shout out to Lair once again for commentating all the questions. Thank you guys so much for making BTG what it is, and I look forward to more questions from you guys. I think it's a cool way for you to get to know me better. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around.